I kind of begrudgingly respect just the dedication to not getting better at what you do for a living. Just coast through life.
It probably shouldn't even happen.
If you got it, you got to flaunt it, Acid.
You know what? I got a lot of stuff that I don't want to flaunt, so I just keep it to myself.
Jeremy is really big into the used mattresses. I think that's an excellent deal.
He has a used mattress store on the side.
I'm not going to pull the pants down without the pants down cue.
And we found out that Anthony's friends are all 13-year-old boys. Nice.
Clay, how you doing?
Doing a little more poorly after that terrible introduction. I was just fine, to be honest with you.
Hello, sci-fi gangsters. This is the show where we talk about science fiction, comic books, and video games. Well, really, it's just an excuse for me to catch up with my friends and to meet interesting people. I'm Anthony Dennar, media scholar and person who can't get enough of some Thor butt, like just some naked Thor, just showing off that behind. Of course, I'm referencing the trailer, Jeremy. You're giving me a reaction, your facial expressions. You seemed shocked by what I said there. What's going on, Jeremy?
I just thought it was a weird thing to say.
Hey, look, I don't know what's so weird about that. Sometimes one man can enjoy another man's butt. We're starting off really well here today. Well, that is the topic for today. We're going to talk about the new Thor trailer. What we liked, what things potentially are we looking forward to the most. Before we begin, you can always check us out wherever you get your podcasts. We're also, you can also check us out on YouTube as well. Always streaming live on Wednesdays at 7:30 Central. So definitely checking us out on either podcast form or in the video form. Always good. Jeremy, your facial expressions are making me laugh. I feel like there's more comments that you want to say. But anyways, look, sometimes you got to get a little bit of Chris Hemsworth butt in there, every once in a while. But yeah, once again, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the trailer, the Thor trailer. You can also check us out. Sci-Fi-Gangsters.com is our website. Will Moon, who's written several articles for us, recently wrote another article that is live right now. So you get to check that out. Once again, Will Moon has been writing several articles for us and featured on sci-fi-gangsters.com, a brand new article written by Will. Definitely check that out. But before we begin here, let's go ahead and introduce our panelists, including our featured guest here, Noa Helmandattor. Noa, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. No, we've had you on several times. Usually, the past two times we've had you on, we've discussed billionaires, right? We talked about Elon Musk one time. We talked about Jeff Bezos the other one. This is a non-billionaires themed episode for you.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about. If it's not billionaires, then I don't know about them.
I guess
technically he probably is a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
If he has the purse strings of Asgard, like that's got to be worth in the billions.
Are we saying the character is a billionaire? Or are we saying the actor, Chris Hemsworth, is a billionaire?
No, the character. Sorry.
Okay, the character. Okay, well, fantastic. Excellent.
He stepped on a mouse. He had to make sure it was dead.
Apparently something happened. I don't know. Maybe Chris Hemsworth is under there. I don't know what's going on. But anyways,
I'm going to shut Anthony off now.
We're already going off way too silly. Way too silly. It's like I've been drinking my silly juice, as my kids call it, every time I go to drink a margarita well, I think this is very important that we are off the rails already here, but I went to El Ranchero again, Jeremy, and what did I text you in the middle of the meal? What did I text you? Do you remember?
You said something to the effect of the margaritas are very strong.
They're too strong.
No, they're not.
They're too. They are too strong. Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, like I because of what happened before, I ordered a medium margarita this time. Halfway through, I'm like, this is too strong. This is way too strong of a margarita. Anyways, so I was enjoying that time at El Ranchero, Auburn Mexican restaurant. But anyways, What are we talking about today? Oh yeah, the Thor trailer. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of our panelists here. Starting off with my co-host Jeremy. Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm good. I just barely walked in the door from work, so I really haven't had any time to decompress. But ready to talk about the trailer because I liked it.
All right, well, fantastic. You've been having it's been a busy work week for you.
Yeah, it's I put in about 40 hours, I think, so far. So it's been fairly busy.
And of course, for me, it's the summer, so all I'm doing is teaching online. Of course, I'm writing my dissertation right now, so that's taking up a lot of my time, and of course, Halo as well. But of course, I'm teaching online, so the majority of my work is just grading, which is the worst thing in the world, right? To just grade is pretty terrible, and I'm not enjoying it. But I get the money, that's why I'm doing it. But yeah. All right, so go ahead and move on to the producer of the show, Acid. Acid, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'll probably put in, I'm assuming, Jeremy, you meant 40 hours so far this week.
Yeah, as of end of day Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm probably not far behind you. It's been crazy this week as well. And today and tomorrow are half days for the junior high and the high school. So we're having to run double routes with all the buses and stuff this week. So trying to coordinate all that's been a challenge, but everybody got home today. So I hope they can do it tomorrow because I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm out of here.
Do buses run on summer school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a whole fleet going. No, it's not as many, but there's probably, let's see, we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, like 15 buses or so between general ed and special ed. So yeah.
All right, and the wheels on the bus, they do go round and round. Is that correct?
I don't know anymore. I have to be in charge of them now. So if they don't, that's their problem now.
All right, well, fantastic. We're all complaining about how much we're working, except for me, obviously. Noah, are you also working a lot this week?
Yeah, always working very hard. I probably put in probably like 30 hours this week, so 10-hour days.
All right. Well, I would talk about how busy my days have been this week. Waking up, taking the kids to school, going back, get on Halo a little bit, playing several rounds of Halo.
Sending me pictures of how many sniper kills you get while I'm
telling you, I'm cleaning up. Anyways, all right. So we'll go ahead and get to the first segment.
That's right.
Say that again, Noah?
It counts as work. Somebody has to play the games.
Look, I have to take breaks between writing my dissertation. Like the mind, these wheels are always turning right here, right? I can't
just
write
like the wheels on the
24/7.
bus.
That's right.
That's true. Just like the wheels on the bus. They go round and they go around, right? And they go open and shut as well. Those are the windows on the bus. All right. Anyways, so moving on, we'll go ahead and get to our first topic. Of course, we catch up on the show. That's the whole point of the show, is so we can catch up with each other. So I'll go ahead and begin. I'm not going to talk about Picard this week because I talk about it all the time. Once again, it takes me a long time to watch a show because I watch one episode at a time. It usually takes me long. So I end up talking about the same show for several weeks on this particular program.
That's usually how you watch a show, one episode at a time. It's probably a good idea.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. I don't binge, right?
Yeah.
I don't binge shows. Anyways, it's kind of, Picard's kind of trash. Even season 2 is kind of trash. Anyway, moving on. All right, so I've been enjoying my Xbox Series X. I've had it for several weeks. I've been playing a lot of Halo. And I have been playing significantly better ever since I got the Series X for 2 reasons. The first reason is I can see people so much better. One of the things that I was having most difficulty when I was playing online, especially a first-person shooter like Halo or Call of Duty, is oftentimes I just didn't see people, and people would I would die because they're shooting me, and I would always not, it'd be very frustrating for me. But for whatever reason now, I don't know if it's because of the better graphics or the frame rate. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the frame rate. Is I'm just seeing people far more quicker now. So I've been playing better that way. But also, it reset my controller settings back to default. And I think I was playing with my settings too much. So when it reset the default, I can track people down so much quicker. So I'm actually playing significantly better at Halo than I was before. So I've been enjoying my Xbox Series X. I mean, I know many of you have already upgraded to the next gen already. So, but for me, this is brand new, right? All the games load up so quickly. I mean, it's kind of shocking how quickly these games load up. So I've been enjoying that. Love the graphics. You can definitely tell the difference between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. But just playing a lot of Halo, working on my sniping skills, that sort of thing. But that's basically what I've been doing this week. Besides being very underwhelmed with Picard, but also thinking fondly of how good Peacemaker was. Just like I think if I had to make a list of all of the comic book themed television shows, season by season, I think Peacemaker would be up there. It might be in the top 5, and I'm comparing it to like Daredevil and that sort of thing. Like that, it's up there with that good in terms of having like episode 1 to the last episode of a season. I think it really is definitely quality television. That's what I've been doing. Noah, we'll go ahead and move on to you. What's new with you?
So I also watched Peacemaker. I thought it was brilliant. I'm not really into comic books or like I don't know, like superhero stuff, but it was so funny. I loved it. And then I'm rewatching Stranger Things, preparing for the new season. So in the middle of that, like season 3, I think. And just like burning bridges and stuff, just the normal for me.
What do you mean? What do you mean by burning bridges? Do you mean you're out there literally burning bridges down, or what's going on there?
No, so I recently became sober. So I've been sober since September 11th. And a lot of my friends I did when I was drunk and full. And I guess I've become a lot less tolerant for people. And like and I'm very blunt and out with it. And I've just been telling people exactly what I think of them, exactly when I think it. And people just don't take that very well. So I've been working through that. So just, hanging in there barely. And then also I got this really cool hand from IKEA like a week ago, and it puts people off for me.
Okay, all right. So very good. So what's the hand for? Why did you buy the hand? Did you buy it just so you can have the middle finger?
Well, it's to hold my headphones. It holds my headphones. It has like this little thing. So it holds my headphones, but also puts people off. So double duty.
All right. Well, fantastic. So you've been sober since September 11th, you said?
Yeah.
Right. Is there a reason for that? Is there a conscious reason for that? Or is it just probably just like, I want to be a little more healthy?
No, I was like a raging alcoholic. So it was really bad. It's like super bad, like hiding it and like lying about it, that kind of stuff. So it was like either do that or, but it's not like sober. I'm just like California sober. That makes sense. Just no alcohol. Not doing alcohol. But everything else is
everything else is on the table.
Everything else is on the table. On the mirror, on whatever. So
all right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad everything's going well for you. I might have to get off alcohol after going to El Rancho or a Ranchero and that margarita, which was way too strong. I talked to Linda the next day about it. I was like, maybe I need to like not order a margarita from there. And she's like, no, they're not going to have it that strong. They're going to eventually not have it that strong because you can't make money if you're making it that strong of a margarita. But I don't know. But I cannot go to a Mexican restaurant without ordering a margarita. It's just
yeah, it's hard. I'll tell you,
it's fun. It's fun because obviously you get the sugary drink in there too. So it's like, right. So you're splurging, but always
I love alcohol so much. That's why I can't do it anymore. I love it so much.
All right, well, fantastic. Noah, Noah's here, burning bridges, making her friends hate her. But we'll move on to Jeremy. Jeremy, what's new with you?
Let's see. So in the past couple weeks, I've sort of been replaying or rewatching Peaky Blinders, kind of for the same reason, to get ready for the new season. I haven't really been watching it as much as just having it on in the background while I clean and do other stuff. But still, it's a great show. So I am excited for the new season. I'm going on a little bit of a vacation tomorrow, which I'm happy about, going down to Palm Beach. I think it's supposed to rain every single day. So that should be a great beach vacation. Yeah, it'll be fun regardless. So
what's the plan at Palm Beach? What does Jeremy do? Obviously, I've gone on vacations with you, Jeremy. I'm not going with you on this one, but what does Jeremy do on a vacation?
So I eat at good places. On this trip, we're playing golf. Well, we're hitting golf balls. Not quite good enough to really call it playing the sport, but hanging out, hitting golf balls. We're going to a 2-night concert, Dave Matthews Band concert. So that should be. Are
you looking forward to that? Is this like, is Jeremy saying to himself, "Oh, I can't wait to go see Dave Matthews Band"?
So I've seen Dave Matthews probably about 50 times in my life.
Oh, okay. So you're a fan.
Yeah. So it's yeah. So I've been every year since. Well, so they didn't tour in 2010, but I've been every year since 2002, and I've been multiple times most years. So.
And you got out of going to Tears for Fears with me.
I didn't get out. I still offered to do it. You had someone to go with you, so I felt it was unnecessary.
Well, I mean, so obviously, we're talking about my wife here, and I was worried that she wasn't going to enjoy it. So I was like, well, do I want to go with her if she's not going to have a good time, that sort of thing? But then she started acting like maybe she would be kind of into it. So primarily because it's late and she doesn't like staying out late. Not at all. So I'm like, is this something? But it seems like it'll be kind of a fun trip. I still want to see Tears for Fears. Obviously, I bought tickets. Will is actually going to be there with Chrissy as well, so I'll be able to hang out with him. But I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm more of a Depeche Mode fan than Tears for Fears, but I'll probably enjoy that concert. I really want to see The Weeknd as well, but I don't see it happening, which is unfortunate because I would love to go see The Weeknd in Atlanta. But Tears for Fears, everybody wants to rule the world, right?
Is that at Lakewood, or is that?
That's at the amphitheater, the same one that when we went to see Florence and the Machine. Oh no, you didn't go to Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, I didn't go. So there's two. There's Lakewood and then Verizon or something, I forget. But one north Atlanta, the other mid Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can describe the venue to you.
Yeah, but
it's a smaller venue, right? It's definitely a smaller venue. But I'm looking forward to watching some Tears for Fears.
Is that a band?
I can't tell if you're if that's supposed to be a burn.
No, I'm serious. I don't. Is it like a show or is it a band or?
So Tears for Fears is an 80s band. Famous for their songs. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Maybe you've heard of Shout. Let it all out. These are the things.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. Head Over Heels, right? There's another one, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Mad World. Mad World is by Tears for Fears as well.
I had never heard of that band. I heard Tears for Fears, but I always thought it was like some sort of Vegas show or something like
a Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah, something like that. But
I always thought it was a cult. Yes.
That too, right?
Dave Matthews just played up here at Huntsville, the new Orion Theater, and I didn't go, but I heard that it was an amazing experience, the entire thing. So
what the songs have been playing this this summer tour look pretty exciting. They look pretty good. I was hoping to be able to go up to the Huntsville show, but just couldn't make it work out time wise. And they were in Atlanta last weekend. Yeah, so it should be good. It's the 2-night shows are always kind of fun because they normally have like one really high energy night and then one kind of like laid back chill night. So
Seems like they
you
play.
say, I was going to say if you're in the same seats like both nights, or is it like a general admission type thing?
no, so we're in like reserved kind of up front seats one night, and then we're in the lawn just hanging out with everybody the second night.
Yeah.
I used to be fully lawn, like that was that was the experience of the concert, was being in the lawn. As I've gotten older, I don't think it's that I've gotten older. I think it's that people are less considerate. But there's like this type of fan who, if there is a bare square foot of grass, they will try to find their way and stay there and like bring their group into it. And so just dealing with those people is not worth it anymore. So we're gonna try to get there early and like get right up at the front, but
yeah, there's always it's always hard. It's like either the lawn or up front. I usually like the space between.
Nice. How long were you thinking of that one?
A long time. It changed. The jokes changed several times because I was going to talk about the venues that they played at. I was like, I'm definitely doing a space between a joke. Anyways, all right. Acid, we'll go ahead and move on to you. What's new with you?
Well, I'm going on a little vacation myself tomorrow. I wouldn't call it a vacation. I'm going to call it a awesome time that's about to be had in Chicago. Headed to Combo Breaker, as you can see right there, presented by Samsung. I don't know if Samsung's going to be there, but see, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, so I'm going to compete in Mortal Kombat 11 tournament, and we'll see how fast I lose. But maybe I'll win the whole thing. Maybe I'll come back.
Acid, I do want a text from you immediately when you know either if you went on to the next person or if you were eliminated. I want to know immediately when that happens.
I will be posting on Twitter.
Okay.
All I want to know is if you beat kids, like if you make children cry, that's worth it.
I'm thinking if because a lot of the community is really, really respectful. Like as a whole, the fighting game community is, shockingly respectful. Like when I started getting into the fighting game community a couple of years ago, I was just expecting like trolls and middle fingers and getting blessed out and that kind of stuff. It's really not like that at all. Of course, you have that, and a handful of them. But so I'm thinking, if I come across a little 20-year-old kid or 23-year-old kid or whatever, and they're getting a little cocky, and I beat them, I might just be like, "Hey, dude, you just got beat by your dad." Like I don't, Dad just beat you, So, and then probably get punched in the face, but it's okay. Things happen. But I'm meeting CJ up there. We're meeting MD Soul. We're staying at Airbnb, and we'll be going back and forth from the venue. It's a 24-hour venue. So that thing will never close, which is kind of nice because you can kind of come and go. But my first competition will be Saturday at 2 p.m. So that'll be my very first one. I've actually already moved past round 1. I've already won round 1. And so when I go, I'll be starting in round 2. So here's
I imagine it being like the Wizard movie. Do you remember that from like a long time ago?
The Wizard?
The Wizard. Yeah, where they're playing called The Wizard, and they're playing in this game tournament. It's for like Mario Brothers or something. I don't remember. But they're all like in this big, like, I don't know, place or whatever, and they're all like little kids playing, and there's some adults, but mostly I don't know. But it looks like all fun. I don't know.
Dad adults.
I'm not going to be the oldest one there by any means, but I'll probably be close. Like, I'm sure there's some. I haven't hit 40 yet. I'm still hanging on, But I mean, I'm sure there'll be some 40 plus folks there that are. I don't know if they'll be competing, but they'll be there. I mean, there's gonna be 6,000 people there, so which sounds like a lot, but in a space that's the size of 2 football fields, with no columns whatsoever, it's gonna be. I mean, I think it's gonna be plenty of space.
Yeah, ages of these things. I mean, Dragon Con, you have people that are clearly in 50s, 60s. So, I mean, yeah.
Like you'll have your retro guys, because they've actually got a retro arcade that they're setting up for like old school stuff, like a whole section for just strictly retro fighting games and stuff. So I'll go check it out, and each fighting game will have its own tournament. And they've already said that each tournament will have its own stage. So that's how big this place is. And there's probably 30 games going on competitively. Probably maybe even more. So, but I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see CJ in person and playing some Mortal Kombat.
One of my earliest memories of playing Mortal Kombat at the arcade, I was probably 10, 12, something like that, playing Mortal Kombat 3 with my dad. We'd go to the arcade and we'd play. And of course, we both didn't know any of the combos. So we would just punch and everything. So it's kind of just, generic. I remember one time a random person came in and was like, noticed that we didn't really know how to do moves. And he's like, hey, and he was talking to me. He's like, if you do back, blah, 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 it'll do this, right? And I was like, okay. And I tried it and I did it to my dad. And I'll never forget it. I have never seen him with so much rage, just like, we're going home. we're going home. Yeah. And that's why my dad's a tool. Moving on to the topic for today. And that is the Thor trailer. The Thor trailer. That's our topic. That's all we're going to talk about. I don't know how you guys want to do this. I didn't know if you wanted to kind of do 3 things that we notice about it, or we kind of just do kind of a just ad lib kind of a thing. I don't know how you guys want to do this,
we can ad lib. That'll work.
A little bit of ad lib. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and begin. Enjoy the trailer. Obviously, I'm concerned. Let me start off with some concern. I've been growingly concerned, and obviously a lot of this is my fault because I cannot stop watching things online. I'm always afraid that too much is being revealed in trailers nowadays, especially when it comes to Marvel. When it comes to Marvel movies. And yes, it's my fault for watching them. If I really cared, I would just not watch any of the trailers, and then I'd be completely surprised, right? Like, imagine walking into Doctor Strange, the madness of madness, right? Going in there and not knowing that Professor X was supposed to show up. Like, it would have been fantastic. It would have been a fantastic experience. Imagine going into Spider-Man No Way Home and not knowing that 2 other Spider-Men were going to show up. Like, that would have been fantastic. But of course, that wasn't
in the trailer. Like,
yeah, but everybody knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew that was going to happen. I mean, that was the worst kept secret. Anyways, so I've been growing. So one of the things that when I'm watching the trailers is like, is the fact that Jane Foster is being revealed as Thor, would that have spoiled the fun? Like, would that have spoiled the fun of the big surprise? Obviously, we knew that she was going to be in it because all the casting news. But it would have been fun to sort of just, I feel like it's showing a lot of her character and her involvement in the movie. But that's where I'll start with that.
Yeah, I mean, so like Eden, I feel like Ragnarok also had a lot in the trailers, but like it still worked. Yeah, and like Taika Waititi's on a hot streak. Like I'm still hopeful. I'm confident. What I'm curious about is how they're gonna do the Jane thing. Like, is it gonna be Jane from like current universe, current time, Jane from different universe, Jane from same universe, different, out of time. In one of the Gore the God Butcher stories, there's 3 Thors from 3 different times in the same timeline. You've got a young, like super cocky Thor, you've got like a middle-aged Thor, and you've got King Thor with the Thor force, and like it takes all 3 of them to defeat Gore. So I'm curious how they're going to do that, and also how they're going to retcon the power bit, right? Because there's the line of whoever holds this hammer shall, or whoever's worthy of this hammer shall wield the power of Thor or something. But then there's also the line of, are you Thor, god of hammers? That Mjolnir is just channels the power. So, are they going to have Jane become Thor because she's worthy of Mjolnir, or is it something else that causes it?
What do you think, Noah? What's your theory on this? As someone who loves superhero movies as much as you do.
So I watched the trailer today, and my husband was like, "So, what's happening in the trailer?" I'm like, "Well, Thor's a girl," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Thor's a woman now." So that's what I got from it. But I don't even know, you guys. I thought that Thor was the only person that could have the hammer. I don't even know how she's holding the hammer. Isn't that his hammer? And then also, like, I think it would have been really awesome if they would have just kept him in the dad bod, because that's like hot right now. Like, women love that. So if he would have stayed dad bod, that would have been kind of cool. But that's all I got from it.
What do you think, Jeremy? You think dad bod is the way to go, or do you want to see those rock hard Chris Hemsworth abs?
I think when you look like Chris Hemsworth, it doesn't really matter. You can still, no one looks at like the random dude at Home Depot and like, oh man, that dad bod.
You're right, they don't.
Yeah.
Isn't that what's in there, like dad bods?
So
this is like on a complete tangent. That movie Passengers, right? If some dude ruined your life and woke you up from cryo but didn't look like Chris Pratt, that's a horror movie. That's not a romantic comedy thing.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said Chris Pratt, because when I first saw that it was Chris Hemsworth, I thought that Chris Hemsworth was the same person as Chris Pratt. I was like, God, he looks super different. Oh, and then I was watching it, and I thought that it was like a Harry Potter thing, because like Lord Voldemort was in it. And I was like super confused. But yeah,
I can't tell, Noah, if you're doing a bit. If it is, I love it.
I'm serious. I don't know anything about this like at all. But it looks like it would be fun to watch, maybe. Like really high, probably.
Right, exactly. So the one thing we learned from Jeremy is that it doesn't matter if Chris Hemsworth if he's skinny or he's got the dad bod. He's all in. He's all in on Chris Hemsworth. That's what I got from Jeremy's responses.
Good looking dude.
He's a good looking dude. I've always said it.
Yeah,
I've always said it. I'm not afraid to say it. He's a good looking dude. All right. So, Acid, what do you think about everything we've been talking about today so far?
I'm kind of like no on this one. I watched the trailer today, just mainly because of your first comment, Anthony, about how I just watched too much stuff on the internet, and I kind of wanted to get a fresh perspective on what is this. So I was like, oh, okay, good. I had my plan. I was gonna set up the live stream. I was gonna get all the production stuff taken care of, and then while all that was doing its thing, I was like, all right, now I'm gonna sit down and watch the trailer from Marvel, not the trailers that, oh, all right, let's break down the trailer in 10 different hour sessions. I hate those. Those trailer breakdowns are longer than the actual movie, but it looks really fun to watch. I say caught up. I've watched most of the Marvel universe on Disney Plus, and the Thor movies were some of my favorites that I watched. So I do like the universe. I do like the characters and the heroes and the villains. I'm not sure how I feel about Christian Bale being cast as Gore. I don't. It's kind of weird to me for some reason. I don't know if it's like, I'm sure he'll do phenomenal. I'm sure he'll do great, but
Yeah, I mean, he's good in everything.
yeah. It's just I don't know why that set weird with me. I don't have an answer for that, but maybe after I watch the whole movie, it'll all piece together. But that was my own concern. I mean, personal concern. But yeah, I mean, as far as watching it, I'm gonna watch it and probably enjoy it. So, but as far as dad bod and rock hard abs go, dad bod, of course.
I mean, you still got Russell Crowe playing Zeus, so I'm sure dad bod's represented.
That is, we're good. And yeah,
Right.
dad bod will be watching the movie too. So.
I'm not sure how this show turned into us just talking about dad bod.
That's right.
But anyways,
That's all
yeah,
Noah's
okay.
fault.
I'd also
Noah was a
argue.
dad bod.
Uh-huh.
I'd argue that Thor has more character development than any other major MCU character.
Mm.
So, Anthony knows my gripes with a lot of the recent MCU movies that I feel they're all fan service and no real story or character development. And Thor is one of the few characters that actually is noticeably progresses as a person from movie to movie.
And I enjoyed following along that journey like that. That was enjoyable for me. Yeah.
I like
And-
I'm afraid it's not going to show up a lot in the movie. It feels like a transition outfit, but I'm really digging the vest, the sleeveless red vest that with the pop collar. That is pretty cool looking, right? But I feel like that's going to be like a one time. Is he taking that away from Star-Lord? Is that what he does? He takes that from Star-Lord, so he rips. I'm sure that's going to happen, right? He's going to take that and rip the sleeves off.
Yeah, that's what I guessed from it. Because I'm assuming that one shot, like I kind of feel like it's another like trailer misdirection. Because when in I guess Infinity War, like hiding the fact that Thor got fat, they changed the trailer versus the actual movie. So I'm assuming in that one scene with the giant dragon looking thing, I'm assuming that's going to be Fin Fang Foom, and I'm assuming the guy standing beside him is actually going to be Drax. And that's another fight that should be super exciting if it actually happens.
And then I have a feeling though that I feel so Thor with the Guardians, I think that's going to be like the first like 15 minutes and then they'll be gone, right? Or do you think the Guardians will be in the film more?
No, I think they'll be probably 15, 30 minutes, kind of to set up and show what he's been doing. And then it'll probably just be Thor stuff after that.
So are all these Marvel movies like linked together?
Yes, they are. Yes.
How do you know what order to watch them in?
So there, you could go
Disney
online.
actually breaks it down for you. If you go to Disney Plus and you go to the Marvel section, you know how like Netflix and then they'll have their rows of movies. There's actually a section of Marvel movies that's chronological order that you can watch.
Okay.
Each and every. That's what I did when I binged the whole thing. I just went there and got it in order.
Noah, I'm curious. How many Marvel films have you seen? Like
I don't know. I don't know the difference like between Marvel and the other one. Isn't there another one?
DC is the other one, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what the difference is. One of them's funny.
Right, Marvel's the
Right.
funny one.
Okay. Yeah.
DC's the serious one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know how many I've seen those. I don't know which one's which. So, but
So if you wanted to start now, that would be a homework assignment for you because not only are there too many films, like there are a lot of films, but there's TV shows now.
Yeah, there's
And the
gonna be
TV shows.
200 hours
Yeah.
of content. Yeah.
At least
Um,
200 hours.
yeah, I don't know what I watched and what I haven't, but I did see on the trailer like other movies that I have seen, like the little tree guy or something.
Groot.
There's like this. Yeah, I've seen a movie with him in it before.
So that's the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That's part of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Fantastic.
She's thinking too much about dad bods right now. She got dad bods on the brain.
Yeah, but no, I do want to. I want to watch these things. I just haven't done it, and I don't know where to start. So it's like gives me anxiety. So.
And of course, there's no need for you to if you didn't want to. Like it's not like you have to do it, or I mean,
no, I want to. I saw Ant-Man. I thought that was super funny.
Okay.
And then there was like Deadpool. Is that
not exactly. It's not in the MCU. It's Marvel, but it's not in the MCU. It gets complicated. Things get a little complicated.
Yeah, I don't. So that's the thing. There's like a universe, and then there's a multiverse. I've heard that because I work with a bunch of nerds. Like I work with dudes that all they talk about is all this stuff, and so I've heard things. Oh, what's what? So
Mm-hmm.
I know words. I know. I guess.
Wait, now you're just talking like Donald Trump. I know words.
I know
the best words.
I know the best
I
words.
know all the words. Like I follow along kind of. I'm like, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen many of them.
Yeah, I just don't know what's what.
So I'm sure you've seen the Spider-Mans, the Iron Mans, Captain Americas.
I don't know about that. I saw Superwoman.
Okay, we're
Wasn't
DC
that
now.
Recent? Oh, Superman.
That's DC, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff. They're in costumes, so.
That's true. They're all in costumes.
Spandex. Yep, every last one of them.
And Peacemaker, which is the most important one.
Peacemaker is DC, right? Based on Suicide Squad, right? James Gunn, who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. So James Gunn has directed in both Marvel and DC. You know, someone brought up an interesting point. I can't remember who told me this, but I think it was at a con one time, and I was just having a conversation with a vendor, and he was talking about how, like, many of the things in terms of like the content creators, there's a lot of similarities between the comic book industry during the 1940s and the 60s and something like this sort of thing, and then what's happening in the film industry now. So, for example, you would have particular writers who would write for Marvel, and then they would go into DC and write for DC and kind of go back and forth. And he was saying how that's kind of sort of the same thing that's happening with James Gunn, where he made him film for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he kind of, obviously what happened to him, he got ousted, and now he's DC, and he's going back, and so it's gonna be like this thing where these very, like, DC and Marvel might be trying to like get these content creators. So it's kind of a same scenario there. Oh, that was interesting. I thought it was worth bringing up.
Maybe. I mean, it's actually a little bit bigger than that because it's really Warner Brothers and Disney.
See, I thought that those were the same thing too, like Warner Brothers and Disney. I didn't know they were separate.
If those two are currently separate, I mean, it's no need to keep track of all the the industry. I mean, it's
yeah. Anyway.
There's only like 3 studios now, right? Not studios, but there's 3 major corporations. But yeah, what else do you want to say about the?
This part of the conspiracy theory of the same people own everything.
Well, I mean, Disney owns, like, they're just going to buy everything now. They own Fox. They recently got Fox, and
then Elon Musk will buy it. So
then Elon Musk will buy it, just like he's trying to buy Twitter.
I don't think Elon can swing Disney.
Old Elon Musk. What else do you like about the trailer? What else is going on? Well, one thing that I thought about is, you know, obviously in the film, you need to portray this particular villain as like, oh, this is going to be a big bad. So what is he going to do in order to prove how powerful he is? Is he going to have to kill off the main character?
I think
my concern is Valkyrie.
Involved.
I mean, he's definitely going to kill some gods. Yeah, I mean because there is the bit about, you know, where Jane and Thor have different recollections of how long it's been. and they kind of
yeah.
make it out to where it's just Thor, being more invested in their relationship than she was, and
Mhm.
being obsessed about it. But yeah, it could be a timeline thing of maybe he kills Thor, and like future Thor or something goes back in time to bring past Thor back.
Oh, that's good. You picked up on that. I'm seeing what you're saying now, because I remember, she was like, it's been 8 years, blah, blah. And she's like, it's only been 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
So
she went away.
Yeah.
She went away for a little bit. In the comics, doesn't she get cancer in the comics, and the hammer is what saves her life?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I just want to know if his butt is going to be blurred out in the movie, or
Probably
if
not.
we're going to actually see it.
I don't want to see a blurred out Chris Hemsworth butt.
I don't either. Whole thing. So that's the main reason.
I hope Valkyrie gets a cool part in the film too, because I really liked her in Ragnarok, and I hope they don't make her sort of like just a side note. I really hope they don't kill her off, because I thought she was kind of a fun character. I hope they kind of give her something to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, they show, I guess you don't know which realm it is. But, assuming she's still the leader of the Asgardians.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what they show, I guess, could be Olympus, not Asgard, but I don't think they'll kill her off. I think because I think they'll still have Thor going off doing his thing afterward, because I'm assuming he's going to be in Guardians 3.
And for Noah, Valkyrie is it Tessa Thompson? Is that her name, the actress?
Yeah, she's the one that was eating the grapes with Jane. Yeah,
she was eating the grapes with Jane.
Is it nerdy for me to say that the CGI improvements were very nice? I mean, just the environments. I could tell. I'm a techie nerd, so I kind of noticed all the CGI environments got really. I don't know if that was a major upgrade, but they did.
Yeah, I don't notice good CGI anymore. I've noticed bad CGI. Like a couple of scenes in Doctor Strange were kind of bad, but
I'm curious, and I'm sure it's up there. I'm curious to know what they're using, like software was, because I'm sure it's something customized, but like Unreal Engine 5 has just been released to the world, and it's incredible what you can do on that. You can pretty much do anything. I think they did all of the Matrix trailer, not the movie, but they did some of it, but they did the game portion with Unreal Engine 5, and they said it folks down at a panel, and they couldn't even tell that was not actually Keanu Reeves, which was interesting. So
does that say scary. Anything about his acting ability?
It was his voice, but CGI'd his body. So I mean, it's if you don't know, if you weren't looking for it, I don't know. It's pretty impressive. I mean, I could tell, but I mean, it's pretty impressive.
You studied the way of Keanu.
I know Keanu. Neil Patrick Harris.
I didn't realize that the Ghostbusters movie, that one guy was actually CGI. I thought that was really him. But
yeah,
I didn't realize that was just.
I still have not seen that movie. I've seen the ending. I've seen the ending on YouTube, right? But I have not seen the film.
I love Ghostbusters, so like, it may have been a really bad film, but I loved it. So
I thought the new one was supposed to be good.
I loved it.
It's got to be better than the one.
Yeah,
before that.
Didn't it get? I thought it got pretty good reviews. I mean, I haven't seen it, but
the trailer was
like
awesome.
Was like Ghostbusters Afterlife? Is that what it's called?
Speaking of good reviews, completely off topic, I am going to see Top Gun Maverick as soon as it's out, and it is like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is nuts for an action movie.
Yeah, people are loving it. John Hamm's in it.
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise. Speaking of bad CGI, we're kind of changing subjects one more time. There's been a lot of hate on the SheHulk CGI. Have you seen the SheHulk CGI? People have been.
I have not. I need to look at that now.
I saw the
People have
trailer. I didn't notice any bad CGI. I mean, because it's a TV show, right? Like the budget is significantly less than a feature-length movie. So I feel like you've got to just kind of be okay with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She-Hulk is the next series, right? That comes out soon.
Yeah.
There's another TV show for you to watch, Noah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's kind of cute.
It's the same lady who played Orphan Black, I think, which was.
I think you're right.
I like that show quite a bit, so it should be good. I mean, I'm excited for a show that isn't so heavily invested in the MCU, that kind of stands on its own and is more fun and light.
Did you ever watch Loki, Jeremy?
I did. Yeah.
Remember that was one of the good ones as well. Loki, WandaVision.
Yeah, Loki was.
Yeah, I like Loki. I mean, it's still dealing with elements of cosmic significance in the MCU.
Yeah.
Even though Loki's a god, so the stakes for him aren't as high, but the stakes won't really be high for She-Hulk either. But yeah, it'll be fun to watch. I think.
I think I saw an article somewhere that the Disney Plus is going to make a Daredevil season.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
That should be pretty good, right? Now we're just talking about shows that we're looking forward to.
Now we're just saying words.
It'll be interesting to see how it contrasts with Netflix's approach.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I want y'all to know that I'm not like completely insane. I pulled up this Tech Radar story about the Thor trailer and just had it up, and that Gore guy does look like Voldemort. And then there was like an ad, a Harry Potter ad. So I put it all together, like, oh, it's all the same thing. So I'm not that dense. I want all
the computer heard you say Harry Potter. So what happened?
Well,
Now the ad rolls.
He does look like Voldemort, though, doesn't he?
He does. Now you have to watch all the Harry Potter movies now.
I love Harry Potter.
Okay.
I have watched them. I thought that was him. I don't know why. Yeah.
What about the Fantastic Beasts and where are they? Why can't we find them? Do you like all those too?
No, I want to watch those. I haven't watched them. I've been busy.
Oh, okay. You said you liked Harry. You were adamant about how much you loved Harry Potter.
That was over like 15 years. I watched all those movies.
Any final words on the Thor trailer? Good. Well, that's the way we like to end this show. We just
You didn't mention. I figured you talk about his workout, and you were excited to watch him work out. But
I do want to see the workout. I want to see he was doing the ropes,
the battle chains. Yeah,
he's doing the chains. It looks like it's gonna be
I didn't know, or I'm not sure who the character is supposed to be. He's doing it in front of that giant skeleton. I'm not entirely sure who that's supposed to be. But
yeah, I don't know either.
Maybe that's his
I'm sure it'll be some fan
goal. His goal weight is to be like a skeleton.
All right,
That's it. Zero body fat or skin.
You gotta get that V. You gotta get. Boys.
See the rib cage.
I'm just trying to make Jeremy as uncomfortable as possible in this episode. Apparently, got to get that V. Right. All right. Well, that's our show today. Once again, you can check us out in a podcast form wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. Check out sci-figangsters.com. For Jeremy, for Noah, for Acidtrain, I'm AnthonyNar. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.